Hey guys, welcome back to Bohs Fan TV, and today we're going to be doing a match preview for the Dublin Derby against Shamrock Rovers. The game will be at 2 o'clock tomorrow, played in Tallaght. Um, so, what are your thoughts going into this game, Aaron?
I think it's a tricky one. Obviously, Dublin Derby, Rovers. We seem we seem to always be up for these games, but you never know really. But with our form, we look like we should at least get a point. I think.
Yeah, I think Rovers are coming into this game a little. I know they're still unbeaten, but they're coming into this on a bit uneasy form. I think they haven't won the last two league games. 2-0 in the draws against St. Pat's and Shells, which isn't good for them. But I think watching them over the past couple of weeks, I've seen their game against Shells. They're relying a bit too much on Jack Byrne. I think when I think they think when he has the ball, he does everything. They always try to look for him instead of other players. But where do you think the game can be won for Bohs?
I think the midfield battle will be really important, like Buckley and Lunny up against the likes of McInnes and Jack Byrne and all. Because up front, I think we have the better players up front, and just don't know, say dogged fight in midfield. Whoever wins that will probably come away with the 3 points, I think.
Yeah, I think where it could be one for us is on the wing. Danny Grant and Chris Twardek coming up against the likes of Joey O'Brien and whoever starts at left back for over either like Calvin or Lafferty. But yeah, I think that's where it could be one for us because I don't think any player in the league would want to come up against Twardek or Grant, especially the form they're in.
Yeah,
Um, they've been very threatening. They've been the main sort of attacking threat for us since this season. And we have Andre Wright up front as well. He will hold the ball and be strong. In the midfield, as you said, I think Rovers probably have the stronger midfield with the likes of Byrne, McInnes. But yeah, as you said, we're always up for these games. It's they're always so tight. It's impossible to predict. Um, but I think it's be interesting to see what kind of team we'll put out because I know we've had the same team out mainly for the past few weeks. We were unchanged for 4 games, I think. But then we changed it up against Cabinteely because we wanted to rest players after Europe. But what do you think the team will look like in this game?
I'd say McGuinness will go back into the nets with Andy Lyons on the right back, centre backs of ooh, uh, say Casey and Cornwall. Then left back Anto Breslin with JJ Lunny and Keith Buckley in midfield with Sahil, Chris Twardek on the right, Danny Grant on the left, Andre Wright through the middle, and either Manger or Ward in that attacking midfield role.
Yeah, uh, similar to you, I think McGuinness will come back and go Andy Lyons, Dan Casey, and I think Rob Cornwall is injured. So I'll go with James Finnerty along with Casey. Breslin at left back. We'll go with Conor Livingston and Keith Buckley if he's fit. Then if not, we'll put Looney in there. Then Twitek on the right, Grant on the left. Being either Ward or Mandrill. I wouldn't mind who starts really, but I'd probably go with Danny Mandrew and Andre right up front.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think this is a huge game, obviously, because it'll decide the title. Really, if Rovers win, then I think it could be game over. Who knows? But if we win, it's game on.
yeah, especially with the season being so short as well.
Yeah, and we we've been on brilliant form. We've won our last 5 league games. I think we've won our last 5 league games, and obviously Rovers are still unbeaten, still haven't lost a game, and I think the important thing to mention is that they've been they've won their last three games against us, and I think that would be in the back of the players' head. Both players
Yeah,
saying that like we're due a win against these, and I think obviously I think we went was it, what 8 or 9 games unbeaten
I
against Rovers.
think it was 8. Yeah,
Yeah,
only
and then they beat us in Tala. Think I think it was the other day last year. I think we beat us in
last
Tala.
week. Here, I think it was the end of
Yeah,
August.
mm. And then they've beaten us in the cup at Dalymount, and then they beat us again at Dalymount on the first day of the season. So we're due a win against them, aren't we?
Yeah, we really need to win this game. Like, it'd be huge if we win this game, just
Because
for confidence sake.
we've never really played bad against Rovers because we're all, such a big game that we're going to be up for it. But I think the important thing to mention as well is that a lot more pressure is probably going to be on Rovers because they haven't won the last two league games and got
Yeah,
two poor results against St. Pat's and Shells, which are teams they probably should be beating.
they haven't scored in either of those games either, which is worrying.
Yeah, they're
Considering
lacking goals, and it's so hard to predict because it's both teams really go for it, like, and it's they both teams have got very good players. We've got good players, they've got good players, and yeah, they're all, it's such a shame though that's behind closed doors because if it was a game like this where
yeah,
it'd be a top of the table clash in the Dublin Derby, it'd be sold out. And
sold out. Yeah, they sell all out.
it,
But the
yeah,
thing is, with there no being no fans, with in these games, like especially Dublin derbies, both sets of teams seem to buzz off the players, like or the fans. Like with all the flares at the start, it really gets them going and all. But I'd say I'll still have that
yeah.
passion during the
But
game. Like
yeah, I don't think both players probably don't need any motivation for games like this because they
no,
know what's at stake and it's they know that it's big and big important game that they need to be winning because it'll define the season really and
yeah,
because if if Rovers lose, it's game on. If Bohs lose, it's game
yeah,
on still. But it'd be advantage Rovers probably
yeah.
because they'd go 5 points clear.
With
So
8 games left.
yeah, and I think after the Rovers game, we don't have much. We don't have that tough of a run in.
No,
I think we still have to
Waterford.
play We still have to play Dundalk away, but other than that, it's not too difficult. But you know, who knows? Like it's gonna even if Rovers win tomorrow, there could be still some twists and tails.
Yeah, you just never know really, but it's just really important we at least get a draw, if a win. We need to keep the pressure up on them.
Yeah, because I think we should finish in at least the top two because
Yeah,
I can't see Dundalk. Well, who knows? Because Dundalk have shown in the past that they can really kick on, especially with new manager. But we should finish top three anyway. But
yeah,
um, I think so hard to predict these type of games because both teams are so up for it, and with no crowd, it's gonna be it would be a different feeling to it. But as I was saying earlier, both teams are gonna really go for it and give it their all because there's so much at stake. So I don't know. I hate to be boring, but I think it's going to be. I can't see this being like a high scoring game. A lot of.
neither can
Uh,
I.
so my prediction's 0-0.
I think I'd say it's going to be a 1-1 draw. There won't be too many goals. There never really is in Dublin derbies anyway. But
No, it's
both
there's.
teams both teams recently have been good defensively, but
Yeah, I think we're going to let Rovers have a lot of the ball because if they have a lot of the ball, like it probably won't hurt us, but yeah, but like it won't. We'll probably play that type of game where we let the opposition have the ball and then try catching on the counter. But
yeah,
I just think for me this is a 0-0 because both teams. There'd be a lot of chances in it, I reckon, for both teams, like to win it. Like it'll be an intense game as they always are. And as
Yeah.
you said, there's never really it's no team ever really runs away with it. It's always either like a 1-0 or a 1-1 or a 2-1.
Mm.
So yeah, really looking forward to it. It's on. I think it's on
Yeah.
Air Sports, isn't
Can't
it?
wait for it, really. Like,
Mm. Shame it's
too.
on air. Really, I think it'd be better if it was on like RTE or Watch LOI because then
Yeah,
more
because
people could watch
if
it.
it was on RT, you'd have not League of Ireland fans looking at it. Like, no one really has air, being honest. Only
No, yeah, but it's yeah, we've
company do, but oh,
we've come we've been on brilliant form. There's nothing to lose,
nothing to lose, exactly. Just go for
and
it.
yeah, just go for it. Like if even if we lose, it's still like so unpredictable. Like because you've seen in the League of Ireland, you could go from I think Derry last week they were losing 1-0 at half time to Cork. They were in ninth. They won the game 3-1 and ended up in fourth. So
Man,
it's
yeah.
there's so many twists, like
It's so
turns that
tight, like in the middle, like it's every week it's chopping, changing, and all.
yeah, like look at Sligo.
The
They were
battle for like fourth, if one of the top three in the cup is going to be good this year, like teams like Sligo are pushing up the table now.
yeah, like look at Sligo. They were coming into
Rock
the
bottom.
start of this big restart. They were bottom with 0 points. Now they're fourth in the league. So
Yeah, they've really kicked on as well. We have them in a
so
few weeks, I think, away.
yeah, that would be tough. But every game is tough. It's you need every game is not easy. Like it doesn't matter if you're playing Finn Harps or if you're playing Dundalk. Like every game is not easy. So that's pretty much it. Both our score predictions. I went 0-0. Lauren went 1-1. So there are score predictions. That's that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you later.